Makes my heart sing like an April breeze on the wings of spring, and you appear in all your splendor, my one and only love. The shadows fall and spread their mystic charms in the hush of night, while you're in my arms. I feel your lips so warm and tender, my one and only love. The touch of your hand is like heaven, a heaven that I've never known. The blush on your cheek whenever I speak tells me that you are my own. You fill my eager heart with such desire. Every kiss you give sets my soul on fire. I give myself in sweet surrender, my one and only love, my one and
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and we will start the program in a minute.
All right, take your seat. Take it.
All right, thanks everyone for your patience as we get started. Good evening and welcome to Alfred University's Athletics Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I am Deb Stewart and I am honored to serve as the Associate Vice President for Student Experience, Athletics, and Recreation. It takes a team to make these events happen and be successful. Our planning committee is comprised of staff from advancement as well as athletics. While everyone does their part, Janet Marble plays a lead role in keeping us on track. She probably doesn't even want applause, but she's back there trying to figure something out. If you serve on our Hall of Fame planning committee, I ask that you stand. Some of them are standing because that's their responsibility, but thank you also to those who are helping us execute on game day. Our athletics team, marketing and communications, IT, AVI, our facilities folks, our student athletes. Teamwork makes the dream work, as I like to say. So thank you to those folks as well. In our two home contests today, you have to love a football victory on Hall of Fame weekend. And our women's basketball team won the AUA State Tournament Championship in Golanus Arena. So those were our two home contests. We had many of our other athletes competing on away trips, so a number of successful events as well. Before we begin our induction, let me share some exciting updates. Our official grand opening of our 41-acre Saxon Hill Sports Complex will be held in the fall of 2026. Some practices and competitions will occur on the Hill this spring with a soft opening. This complex features a natural grass rugby field, multi-purpose turf field, a 400-meter 8-lane track with adjacent throws area, a turf baseball field, plus buildings with spaces to support our student athletes, staff, as well as our spectators. Over 170 new student athletes will join the Saxons due specifically to this complex and this corresponding addition of sports as well as increased rosters. In just 3 years, we have already grown from approximately 420 athletes to over 200 on all of our team rosters. This important project will support the experience of our student athletes, including our newest intercollegiate sports, baseball, field hockey, men's rugby, and women's rugby, as well as aid in roster growth for our men's and women's track and field teams. For our long-standing track and field teams, we will finally have an outdoor practice and competition facility to call home. A little shout out there. With the impact of Saxon Hill Sports Complex on our student-athlete growth, we have also added additional staffing to support our athletes, including full-time head coaches, some full and part-time assistant coaches, a full-time head strength and conditioning coach, athletic trainers, and an associate director of athletic communications. Your continued engagement and the support of our Saxon Nation faithful will help impact generations of Saxons to come. If you have an interest, I've got to make a plug. If you have an interest in supporting not only Saxon Hill Sports Complex, but also the sport that you have an affinity to, please, reach out. There's lots of giving opportunities. Reach out to me, President Zupan, or our advancement teammate, Robin Mazeka. We appreciate the support. It's critical for the success of our teams. Tonight, we celebrate our 52nd annual Hall of Fame induction ceremony, a celebration of those who are considered the best ever in Saxon history. In 1973, Alfred University Athletics inducted 7 charter members into the Hall of Fame. Dean Fredericks, Wilbur Getz, Lester Goebel, Merrill Green, Frank Lobo, James McLean, and Ray Witter have that distinct honor. 5 years later, basketball, tennis, track and field athlete Peg Neuweisinger Gray was the first female student athlete inducted into the Hall of Fame. In 2021, the 1971 football team was recognized as our first team of distinction. We have several past inductees joining us. Past AU Athletics Hall of Fame inductees and members of a team of distinction, please stand to be recognized. There's a number of you. Manzer, there's your chance. Pat Codaspoti should be standing. Awesome. You're the leader of a team of distinction. Absolutely. So, had to have a few call-outs there. Tonight, we honor 2 teams of distinction, a Silver Saxon alumnus, and 5 inductees. When these Saxons began their athletic careers, I doubt they looked down the road and thought about being inducted into the Alfred University Athletics Hall of Fame. Instead, I would venture to bet that they aligned with our current principles for success. And as Saxons, we are intentional, process-focused, grateful, optimistic, motivated, and we have a hunger for knowledge. To all the supporters of our honorees who have joined us this evening or are joining us via the web stream, we are grateful for your mentorship and motivation provided to these honorees. So now, let's celebrate the class of 2025 Alfred University Hall of Famers. Join me in welcoming to the stage one of our newest outstanding coaches, head men's soccer coach Garrett Eldridge. Garrett will present this year's teams of distinction.
Thanks, Deb. To this day, the 1988 men's soccer team is still the winningest team in the history of the Alfred University men's soccer alumni, posting a 14-1-3 record. Will the 1988 men's soccer team please join me on stage?
I can slide into the slot here.
We got a big group. The 1988 men's soccer team finished the regular season ranked number 3 in New York State and number 16 in the nation as they entered the Division III tournament with a 13-0-3 record. The 88 Saxons opened the season with a 6-0 shutout of Buffalo State before earning 2 of their 3 draws, tying RIT and the University of Rochester with 1-1 match scores. They then won their next 4 games over Fredonia, Ithaca College, Geneseo, and St. Lawrence before their final tie of the regular season against Clarkson University with a 0-0 draw. The Saxons ended the season with a school record 8-game winning streak before tacking on another win in the NCAA Division III Men's Soccer Championship first round over Clarkson, avenging a 0-0 draw with a 2-1 victory. The Saxons outscored their opponents 49-11 and did not allow more than one goal to an opponent all season until the 3-0 loss to RIT in the second round of the NCAA tournament. The 1988 team totaled 8 shutout wins and 9 total games where the defense did not allow a goal. There were only 6 games where the Saxon offense did not score multiple goals. Out of the 1988 men's soccer roster, there are 2 Alfred University Hall of Fame members. The first, Tony Cachito, class of 1992, was inducted in 2006 to our Hall of Fame. And assistant coach William Ruffle, class of 1988, was inducted in 2005 as a standout member of our men's soccer team from 1984 to 1987. Bill also has the distinction of being named a 3-time AU Hall of Fame honoree as he served as an assistant women's soccer coach for our 1988 women's soccer team that was honored as a team of distinction in 2022. Well done, Bill. Other individuals on the team who earned high honors include Marshall Mariscal, who was named a National All-American for his efforts as a freshman. Tony, Marshall, and Kurt Jacobs were all named Regional All-Americans, while Tony was named the Empire Athletic Association Rookie of the Year. The EAA was the precursor to today's Empire 8 Conference. Head coach Steve Allison was also named NCAA Coach of the Year. So it is my honor to present the 1988 Alfred University men's soccer team as a team of distinction. Assistant coach of the team, Todd Warasek, will provide remarks on behalf of the team. Following Todd's remarks, we ask that the members of the 88 and 90 team to remain on stage.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your presence. It's a great evening in a beautiful, lovely venue here to take a trip back to the future. So we're going to spin it back to 88. As a coach and teacher, I usually make quick order of my thoughts and deliver the message. However, in the essence of brevity, I have elected to put pen to paper that I can make sure I don't miss anything and hit on all the points that I'd like to this evening. To all the administrators, committee members, facilitators, worker bees, and stewards who have made this occasion possible, thank you for your tireless work, consummate hospitality, and abundant kindness. Additionally, may we give pause and give a deep bow to acknowledge the accomplishments of our fellow alumni who share the stage with us this evening. A little round of applause for all of those folks, please. We have been accorded a great honor today. You stand up, walk to the front of the room, and with hope of holding it together, deliver clearly, short and straight to the salient points, the best tributes possible from the heart of a man of humility and gratitude who loves this band of brothers like we have the same blood. The run we've witnessed in 88 was about this school and this team. It was about a special group and the connection those players made with each other. It was about bringing us together and making us smile. It was about hope and happiness. It was about burying past disappointment. It was about being reborn. There are instances, rare and wonderful, when sports become something special, something meaningful and real and indelible. It might happen once in a decade, a generation, or not at all. The 88s provided that extraordinary gift, a present only a select, fortunate few ever receive, and it should be cherished. No one can take your memories. Those are yours to keep. They are the ultimate souvenirs, and they will last a lifetime. We salute first our venerated coach and mentor who assembled this group of misfits from across the globe and convinced all of us that wearing the Saxon badge would bring us honor and distinction. Quote, "Where is Alfred, New York, Coach Allison? Southern tier, a hamlet tucked into a beautiful valley with verdant rolling hills and a babbling brook. You will get the best education on the planet and have the honor of representing Alfred University. You get a purple kit, a sword, free beer on Saturday night, and the opportunity to play with a cadre of badass footballers. There is only one traffic signal in town, but we have everything a young man would desire." He was right about it all and welcomed us into his fold and was enfolded in turn by us. When we arrived in 88, it became apparent that each and every player had indistinguishable value. Joy, abundance of spirit, infectious rage, quickness and lightness of foot and leg, superior skill, and a burning desire to be the best. There is a word in our language we don't hear much anymore, but it applies to all of you. The word is grand. You were a grand team. You were devoted to preparation, visualizing victory, dedicated to becoming the ultimate teammate, providing inspiration to those around you, creating a chain of motivation and impact, living with integrity and doing right by others, and having the ability to endure and persevere through adversity. Today, you are engineers, entrepreneurs, teachers, businessmen, business owners, CEOs, CFOs, and really good dudes. Success through sport, lifetime through team. You played for each other, and you have played from the heart. I equate our lives to exploring a myriad of pathways that our planet has to offer. Exploration requires awareness and decisive action to pursue paths that you might find intriguing, present opportunity, and appeal to your sense of growth. Going it alone leads to self-discovery, deep thought, and reflection. Having the opportunity to share it with others enriches the spirit. On behalf of my dear friend and kindred spirit, Coach Allison, thank you for sharing your walk with us. We are grateful. You have fulfilled our souls. May you continue to enlighten the people you encounter. May you plant in others your own kind of courage, faith, and joy. Share the subtle things that accompany the quest for excellence. Open others' ears to the sweet rhythm of working together, the sound of laughter of friends, and the will amongst team. Open others' hearts to the gifts of each other. As you wander along your way, may you in turn provide the hand on the shoulder, the time to listen, and a smile of understanding. May your future journeys bend into the wind, and may you confront that challenge with a commitment to make a difference. It is the adventure that will bring you joy and satisfaction. To all of you, live large and be happy. And in the words of the late, great Stuart Scott, booyah, Saxons. Thank you.
Yeah. Guys that are part of both teams stay. Yeah. If you played on both teams, stay. Yeah. Yeah, Steve, you can say. You can talk about whatever you want.
Will the members of the 1990 men's soccer team please join us on stage?
That's a hard one to follow. Yeah, it's also long.
The 1990 Saxons are one of 5 teams in program history to reach the 11-win mark, finishing their season with 11-5-1 record. They held their opponents scoreless in 8 games. The Saxons turned around an early season loss to 3 of 4 teams, and then advanced to the NCAA championship. Those teams were RIT, Salem State, and Ithaca College. The 1990 team went on a 9-1 run to end the regular season with home wins over St. Lawrence, Clarkson, Fredonia, Hobart, and a big one against Naz. Round of applause for that one. We got them this year too. And victories on the road against RPI, Slippery Rock, and Elmira. The one loss was to Division I Appalachian State. The team's regular season success earned them a spot in the ECA playoffs. The Saxons faced Albany State College in the opening round of the ECAC championships, advancing to the championship round in penalty kicks after a 0-0 tie in regulation and overtime. The ECAC championship game was scheduled to take place at SUNY Plattsburgh, but due to snow, the game was canceled and both teams were declared co-ECAC champions. David Borland, Mark Fish, Adam Schwartz, and Greg Vogel were all named Empire Athletic Association All-Conference members. As well, Dave, Mark, and Greg earned All-Region, All-American honors. Goalkeeper Tony Cachito still sits in second in our season shutout records with 8 shutouts that season. That team was led by head coach Steve Allison. Coach Allison served as the AU head men's soccer coach from 1984 to 1990 and finished his tenure with a career record of 69, 36, and 16. It is my honor to present the 1990 men's soccer team as an Alfred University Team of Distinction. Leonard Fiorica will provide remarks on behalf of the 1990 team.
Good evening. So I have some props.
He's just trying to take you back in time.
So this is 88 to 90. All right, so Lunatic Fringe was our song. So we started up by before the field. We had the hoods up, 2 lines, walked behind the stands, right to the middle of the stands, and waited for that song to come on. And if you saw the other teams, the faces on that team, they knew they were going to be in a battle that night. It gives me chills. It gave me chills today when we came on, and so I wanted to play it for the whole team. So a team becomes a family when every player fights for more than himself, and this team was unbelievable. I want to thank Alfred University for honoring both of these teams this evening, and coaches Allison and Toddy. Everyone remembers Coach Allison was the most prepared coach. We were never outrun. We were never outprepared. Every game we had a 3-page preparation. You knew offense, defense. You knew when the player was going to go to the bathroom. So every game we had one of those. So I found a 1990 preseason note that he sent to the team. So I just have some quick highlights. And it goes like this. Gone are Jacobs from Norway, Johnny Mack, Gino, Tonio, and Bauer. Everyone must be committed to the same goals. If you put yourself first, you're a liability. Critical message. We must come together as a team. Accept responsibility, sacrifice. August 15th to October 28th, we can together achieve whatever we want, and it's up to you. For Bort, Fish, Furica, Palmer, McGovern, and Vogel, every day that you walk off the field, it's going to be the last time that you can do it for yourself and for the team. This is the time where we go into battle. Where's Coach? Thank you. Thank you for what you did for us. Boys become men when they learn to trust each other. And a team becomes unstoppable when that trust becomes brotherhood. And this team and that team is a brotherhood. Who can forget preseason? Cruising, Brick, our Spanish friend, banana, potassium, no cramps. Balls in the middle of the field, coach just said, just start running. And you ran for 2 hours. Stewie driving and road trips, wins and losses, but most importantly was this brotherhood. 1990, the way it started was the way it ended. We had a shock loss to a team that was not very good. We outshot them 22-2. We lost 1-0. We ended the season on a snowy field up in Plattsburgh. So we heard some of the results. We started 2-4. We won 10 out of the next 11, and that culminates in a snowy Plattsburgh. And we obviously co-champs in championship. This team showed heart, grit, and unity and turned that season around into a championship. That year, we built more than a team. 88 in this team. We built a legacy. And this is the man that built it. So let's give him a round of applause. And that's what brings us here today. So what an honor it is to stand here with all these beautiful men and colleagues in brotherhood. Thank you for everything you've done this university. Toddy, it has been special. Trusting a bunch of boys to become men over 4 years. Look at the success this team and this university has produced. Talent wins moments. The brotherhood wins seasons. And we won them both. Please give a round of applause to this 1990. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
Wait, go that way.
Oh, there.
Thank you. I now introduce to you Brian Battle, class of 1991. Definitely, these are his guys right here. And our Saxon Nation president. Brian was a member of our men's basketball team, a Delta Sigma Phi brother, and earned his degree in business administration. He has been a great resource for me as he has spent much of his time and much of his career in Division I athletics. Before I turn the mic over to Brian, Saxon Nation Board of Directors, please stand to be recognized. So our Saxon Nation Board of Directors. The board's purpose is to foster interest in the continued success and development of our athletic programs. And together, we do so by assisting our athletics department financially enriching the student-athlete experience, increasing interest in Saxon athletics, and preserving our rich history, as we're seeing tonight. Thank you all for your commitment to AU athletics. And now, Brian will present the Silver Saxon Award.
Thank you, Deb. I am honored to serve as the president of Saxon Nation Board of Directors. But I do follow in the footsteps of the past president, our only president, Bob Codispoti, class of 1966. Together with his wife, Pat, a former successful AU women's soccer and Hall of Fame coach and softball coach, the Codispotis have positively impacted generations of Saxons through their commitment to Saxon Nation. Thank you, Bob, Pat, for everything you've done over the years for us. Thank you to our Hall of Fame Selection Committee, who navigated our growing list of nominees and selected a phenomenal class. The committee members are noted in the program. Thank you for your time in selecting the 2025 class. I'm just going to take a second here. As Deb said, I have spent, this past fall will be my 30th year working in college athletics. For the longest time, people was like, what do you do here? This is a volunteer position. During COVID, I had a sudden revelation it was time to give back. Because I was only a member on the basketball team, I will never see the Hall of Fame. I think my son's godfather and I have a combined 1,003 points together. He's got the 1,000, I got the 3. His initial namesake probably has 800 rebounds, and I have 2. But it was time to give back, because I would have not received the position if it was not for Alfred University working in the athletic department, calling Coach Allison by his brother's name, Coach Moretti yelling at me as a freshman, stepping on a court and asking me if I ever wanted to continue working there. I got him back, he asked for money, and I said no. But the thing was, I realized today, I got into this industry because I love sports, college sports. But it was the highlights that we are going to see tonight and we've already seen. I've sat through many of these. I've been to national championships, Heisman Trophy winners, players. But tonight, I see my guys in the back and suddenly realize my why of this industry, because I saw them put everything they got. It's the time, the talent, and the treasure. Everybody in here put the time to improve your talent, and tonight is your treasure. All right. Last year, Saxon Nation raised over $300,000 from over 1,500 donors. Those were our second highest marks to the fiscal year 2024, and are a collection of gifts to all AU athletic programs and our Saxon Nation General Fund. Thank you to our Saxon Nation members for providing resources for team equipment, travel, leadership development, staff professional development, and critical needs that support the experiences of our student athletes. Last year's Go Saxons Day of Giving was a huge hit. Keep an eye out for it again in March. When we compete, our student athletes win. Every gift counts. Every gift will make a difference. And now I have the honor to present the Silver Saxon Award tonight. The Silver Saxon Award was created in 2018 to honor a student athlete from errors for 40 years prior to the current induction. It recognizes outstanding athletic achievement. However, due to the era, may lack statistical information that puts nominees at a disadvantage when comparing them to their contemporary student athletes. This alumnus had a small army of teammates and Clan Alpine brothers advocating for his recognition. This is the fourth alumnus to win the recognition of the Silver Saxon. Lambros Tourist, known as Big Bud, stands 6'5". Used to, okay. Lambros was described as big, strong, and agile by his teammates. He used his physical attributes to take command in the trenches of the line of scrimmage. A defensive standout, Lambros was instrumental in the Saxons developing into league champions and a herald golden age of Saxon football. In 1966, Alex Unovich coached a team and were crowned conference and upstate small college champions. They outscored opponents 175-55 and finished the season with a 6-1-1 record. The Saxon defense was spearheaded by Big Bud, totaled 24 shutout quarters against opposing offenses, and on the season, he totaled 48 tackles, 1 pass deflected, and 1 fumbled recovery. A teammate commented, and I quote, "Lambros didn't only tackle people, he bulldozed them," end of quote. Lambros was also noted for taking care of his teammates around him, often helping newer players learn their positions and earning the respect of his fellow teammates. Since starting on the varsity team in his sophomore season, in those days, freshmen did not play on varsity, Lambros was a standout who led the Saxons to a top 10 national ranking in defensive statistics. He also helped make a name for the Alfred University football with the infamous Miracle at Merrill 1965 win over Susquehanna. Tonight, Lambros joins us on the stage. Lambros has remained invested in Alfred University, jumping on broadcasts of the Saxon home football games, and he even brought national notoriety to Alfred University, becoming a champion of the popular TV show Jeopardy! Lambros graduated with his degree in political science in 1970, and I am honored to present the Silver Saxon Award to Lambros Tourist, a member of the 1963 to 1966 Alfred University football teams.
Thank you.
Let's get a picture.
Hope I don't drop it. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to disappoint everyone because I didn't write a speech. I just want to say thank you to everyone that made this possible. My beautiful wife, Susie, and the selection committee. You know, Cody and Keith Gregory, we played football together over the years. And I want to thank all my friends, my great Alfred friends, that we've been so close for 60 years. I mean, Alfred built friendships, and this has been a wonderful place for me, and it continues to be. And I hope Alfred continues to succeed and provide relationships like we've enjoyed. Thank you.
I have the pleasure of introducing our 5 individual Hall of Fame inductees. Since 1836, we have been lighting the way for students. And since 1895, we have provided opportunities for students to compete as athletes. Initially, our Alfred men, later, our Alfred women. This is a place that lights the way for our students to find their purpose. Through exploration and failure, collaboration and teamwork, determination and passion, mentoring and engagement. Tonight's inductees are now recognized as one of the best in the history of their sport at Alfred University. Inductees, you earn this honor, and we are incredibly proud to call you Saxons. This honor is memorialized in the lobby of the McLean Center, as we noted earlier today, as well as on our digital and wall display. In addition, it's viewable on our GoSaxons.com website under the Saxon Nation tab. So please make sure you share that with your family and friends. So let's begin. Inductees, as you hear your name, we ask that you please make your way to the stage. Hailing from Long Beach Island, New Jersey, this talented sprinter from our women's swimming and diving team, upon earning her undergraduate degree, held 4 individual school records and was part of 5 relay school records. Since her graduation in 2015, come on up, you gotta stand here and be. Since her graduation in 2015, only 2 of her 9 school records have been broken. Christina Bear Kranefeld still holds the 50-yard and 100-yard freestyle school records, touching the wall at 24.06 seconds and 52.73 respectively. In addition, Christina and her relay teammates currently hold 5 AU relay team records, including the 200 medley relay with Katie Fitz, Carly Watson, and Kelsey McRill. They set the record in 2012 with a time of 1 minute, 50.44 seconds. The 400-yard medley relay with Donna Hoops, Heather Rumchuk, and Aaron Matic with a record time of 4:04.88. That record was set in 2013. That was 2 records. Now the 200, 400, and 800-yard freestyle relays. In the 200, in February of 2014, Chrissy teamed with Kelsey McRill, Carly Watson, and Dylan Staniszewski to set the record with a time of 1:37.81. In the 400, and in Chrissy's senior year, she swam with Elizabeth Schiffauer and again with Kelsey and Dylan to set the record with a time of 3:37.44. And in 2014, Chrissy set the record with her 800 free relay teammates, Carly Watson, Faith Lanier, and Dylan, touching the wall at 8:03.07. At the time of her graduation, Chrissy held the school and pool records for the 100-yard backstroke and 100-yard backstroke relay split, as well as the 50-yard relay split for the backstroke and the 100 freestyle relay split. Chrissy Bear was crowned a 2015 Empire 8 champion and 2014 New York State champion in the 50-yard freestyle. She also earned all Empire 8 first team and added second team honors in the 100-yard freestyle. Chrissy totaled 67 individual and relay wins throughout her stellar career. She was a 3-time captain for the Saxons and earned Saxon of the Week 4 times. Chrissy earned her undergraduate degree in psychology in 2015 and continued to be involved in the AU swimming and diving teams as a graduate assistant coach. She earned her master's in clinical family counseling in 2018 at AU. Chrissy is married to Zach, an AU alumnus, and serves as a residential life coordinator at Tufts University. On behalf of Alfred University and Saxon Nation, it is my honor to present Christina Bear Kranefeld, class of 2015, as a Hall of Fame inductee. The mic is yours.
Hi, everyone. Wow. I honestly can't even tell you how amazing it is to be here tonight. I actually remember coming to the Hall of Fame induction in 2014 and thinking about how much I wanted to be up here one day and everything I had to do to make it here. So this is a really surreal experience standing up here today. There's a lot of people I want to thank. First, I would like to thank the university as a whole. This school really helped me find myself and helped me lead into a career of doing student support and leadership development that I absolutely love. I want to thank the swim team for providing me the structure I needed in order to be successful both in undergrad and also providing me the opportunity to grow with my higher education and coaching the team that I cared so much about. I want to thank my friends and family that are here today. Not only were they my biggest cheerleaders on the pool deck, but they continue to cheer for me outside of the pool deck in every aspect of my life. They also traveled a really long way to be here with me today, so I'm really grateful for that. And lastly, I would want to thank Brian Stryker for seeing my potential even when I didn't. Brian was stuck with me for 7 years and really cheered for me and supported me. And after I graduated, he even supported my little sister when she became a Saxon. So thank you, Brian. I also want to congratulate all of those who are being inducted with me tonight. I hope you all are just as proud as I am. This is a huge accomplishment, and I'm really excited for you all. So yeah, thank you all so much, and I'm really happy to be here.
And our next, Dansville native and high school state champion, David Coombs, class of 2015, was a 4-year member of the Alfred University men's swimming and diving program. His name is placed on the school record boards in numerous events. Upon graduation, David held 5 individual school records and was part of 4 relay records. In total, during his career, he won 57 individual and relay events. David currently holds Alfred University records in the 100-yard freestyle with a time of 45.38 seconds, the 100-yard freestyle relay split with a time of 44.66, and holds the AU record for the 200-yard medley relay split with a time of 1:39.81. Today, with his relay teammates, David holds AU records in the 200 free relay set in 2014 by David and his teammates, David Luke, Zach Toth, and Pete Sawinski, with a time of 1:23.53. In David's senior year, with him anchoring the 400 free relay with teammates Luke, Joe Rogers, and Toth, he hit the touchpad with a time of 3:03.52. And with a time of 6:47.09, David and his 800 relay teammates of Toth, Rogers, and Sawinski still hold their 2014 AU record. David is also a McLean Pool record holder in 3 events, the 100 and 200 free, and as a member of the 400 free relay. David earned 3 All-Empire 8 second team honors in 2015, finishing second in both the 100 and 200-yard free races, as well as a 400-yard freestyle relay. He earned Empire 8 Athlete of the Week once, as well as Saxon of the Week once. David earned his undergraduate degree in criminal justice in 2015 and is married to an AU alumna and fellow swimmer, Allison DeWallace. They have a 22-month-old son and reside in Saratoga Springs. Stryker, we need to start recruiting that little guy. He's got some athletic genes, right? On behalf of Alfred University and Saxon Nation, it is my honor to present David Coombs, class of 2015, as a Hall of Fame inductee.
Good evening, everyone. Standing here tonight, I'm incredibly honored and honestly still in a little disbelief that I'm included into Alfred's Hall of Fame alongside some of the greatest athletes to ever walk along this campus. We were asked to reflect on how Alfred has impacted our lives. So here it goes, short, quick blurb, right from the heart. Swimming at Alfred has been about teammates who became family, coaches who never stopped pushing, and parents who somehow learned to love the smell of chlorine. Looking back on my time here, the entire swimming journey has been equal parts exhausting, humbling, and exhilarating. When I first jumped into my grandparents' pool all those years ago, I wasn't thinking about medals, records, Hall of Fame plaques. I just loved the water, splashing, playing, and jumping around. In high school, swimming became a chance to hang out with friends and get a few sectional patches. Then I got to Alfred. Everything changed. It became about pushing my limits, surviving grueling early morning workouts, rivalries with Hartwick, and fighting to get my body into those little tiny race suits. Anybody who's watched the Olympics knows they're painted on. We had winter training trips and a few extracurricular adventures that I probably shouldn't detail here. But then again, those are the moments that turned our team into a family. But none of the growth, none of the success, none of the memories would have meant anything without the people who stood beside me along the way. So I want to take a moment to thank them. To my coaches, Brian and Ross, thank you for seeing the potential when all I had was passion. You taught me swimming certainly isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent and showing up when it's hard. To my teammates, you've been my family. We raced each other, supported each other, and sometimes drove each other crazy. But we made each other better every single day. The friendships forged in those long practices mean more to me than any medal or ribbon ever could. To my family, thank you for the early mornings driving me to practice when I was just a little guy. The long drives and the consistent encouragement. You always found a way to show up, and that means everything. Being inducted into the Swimming Hall of Fame is one of the greatest honors I could ever receive. But I'd like to thank everybody who's been a part of the journey with me, every coach, teammate, and supporter who's helped me become a better swimmer and a better person along the way. And finally, thank you, Alfred, for the memories, friendships, and the lifelong love of the sport. Thank you. Go Saxons.
So we have heard about speed in the pool. We now move to speed on the track. This 4-year member of our women's outdoor track and field team and 3-year member of our indoor track and field team won 34 events during her career, including 14 conference championships. Yes, you heard that right, 14 conference championships. Coming to AU from Hutchinson Tech in Buffalo, Myasia Hillman, class of 2015, was crowned the Empire 8 Outdoor Track and Field Athlete in her junior year. Since her, come on up. You got to stand up here and get the accolades. Since her first year on the outdoor track and field team, Myasia proved to be a record holder as she broke both the 100-meter and 200-meter dash marks. She rebroke those records each season. If you look at the women's indoor and outdoor track and field record books, you see Myasia's getting faster every year. In her first year during the outdoor season, Myasia joined teammates Patricia Banahini and Corrine Pettit, and Jordan Larkins in the 4x100 meter relay at the ECAC Championships to set an AU record with a time of 50.12 seconds. They broke that previous record by almost 2 seconds. You got it. Flying. They were flying. During her career, she was on 3 other 4x100 relay teams that are in the top 6 in our outdoor record books. Myasia currently holds the AU outdoor track and field records in the 100 and 200 meter dashes with times of 11.99 seconds and 24.72 seconds, respectively. Myasia owned the Empire 8 Outdoor Championship meet records in both the 100 and 200-yard dashes. During the indoor season, Myasia excelled in the 60-meter dash, 200, 300, and 400-meter dashes. She holds AU indoor records for the fastest time in the 60-meter dash with a time of 7.77 seconds. Try just doing that on a watch with and stop and start. Okay, that's fast. The 200-meter dash with a time of 25.25 seconds, and the 300-meter dash with a time of 42.7 seconds. You can also find her name in the AU indoor record books in the 4x200 meter relay with a time of 1:48.3, and in the 7th fastest time in the 4x400 meter relay. A two-time NCAA national meet competitor, Maisha wrapped up her outstanding career at the NCAA Division III Women's Track and Field Championships in Canton, New York, where she was seated 19th in the 100-meter dash, and with a season best time of 12.05 seconds, she also completed in the 200-meter dash at the NCAAs. In total, Maisha graduated with 9 records between AU and the Empire 8. Maisha was a 6-time Empire 8 champion during her career, earning her all Empire 8 first team honors 6 times. She was a 7-time New York State Collegiate Track Conference champion and 2-time runner-up. In addition, she won the ECAC Outdoor Championship and had 1 runner-up finish. In July of 2024, Maisha was selected to the Empire 8 Women's Track and Field 25th Anniversary Team, an honor bestowed on student athletes, coaches, and administrators who have played a key role in the league's success over the past 25 years. Maisha earned her undergraduate degree in criminal justice studies in 2015. She has 2 boys and owns her own business in Buffalo, Q Brands and Natural Hair. On behalf of Alfred University and Saxon Nation, it is my honor to present Maisha Hillman, class of 2015, as a Hall of Fame inductee.
Hi, everyone. Wow, what an incredible honor. Thank you to everyone that showed up today to honor myself and my fellow inductees. Standing here today, I can hardly believe I'm actually in the Hall of Fame, and it's for doing something that I love to do. I got into running very young, and I'm so happy that it got me here today. Thank you to everyone that supported me and encouraged me to keep going. This induction isn't just about what I did, but it's about the people who believed in what I was doing. I want to thank someone that motivated me and helped me through every single race. Someone who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. I would not be here today. I would not be here at this ceremony being inducted into the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for you. You were much more than a coach. Coach Sorter, thank you. My family and friends, I'm so thankful for your love and encouragement over the years. My love for running started young, and you all helped me to stay fulfilled in my passion. Mom, Chris, Pop, thank you guys. And to my kids, I hope you know you can do anything in this world. The world is yours, and I will support you and inspire you along the way. Come on, your mom's in the Hall of Fame. Let's keep creating a lasting legacy. To everyone chasing their dreams, stay hungry, stay humble, and never forget why you started. Thank you for this incredible honor. I'll cherish it for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Hailing from Victor, New York, this 4-year receiver for the Alfred University football team played a crucial role in the success of the Saxons. Ryan Thone, class of 2011, helped the Saxon football team become Empire 8 co-champions in 2009 and outright champions in 2010. In Ryan's first season, the team finished 8-3 and beat the U of R in the ECAC Northeast Bowl. In his sophomore season, the Saxons finished the regular season 7-3 and advanced to the ECAC Northwest Bowl. In 2009, the team earned a bid to the NCAA Division III Football Championship with an 8-1 regular season record. The Saxons shared the Empire 8 Championship, that crown with Ithaca. That season, I think there's many of us that feel that way, right? That season, Ryan totaled 502 yards receiving on 41 catches, averaging 12.24 yards per catch and 50.2 receiving yards per game. He scored 4 touchdowns and threw for a TD. Ryan's most successful season, personally and team-wise, was his senior season. also added another passing TD to his career stats. Ryan's 73 receptions broke the previous record of 69 set by AU Hall of Famer Jared Manzer, a 2010 graduate. Manzer set that record in 2008. The 2010, maybe you're paying attention to him. You can tell you learned something from him. The 2010 Saxon offense scored 332 points in that 13-game season, and Ryan accounted for 16% of those points. Adding his passing TD, he was second on the team in scoring with 60 points, behind another Hall of Famer, Tom Secchi, from the class of 2012, who was inducted last year. In Ryan's senior season, he earned D3Football.com Honorable Mention All-American, as well as Empire 8 First Team and ECAC First Team. He was also a two-time Empire 8 Offensive Player of the Week. In his career, Ryan totaled 1,531 yards, receiving yards, and 20 receiving TDs. Ryan graduated in 2011 with a degree in business administration. Following graduation, he served as a graduate assistant coach for the Saxon football team while earning his MBA. He earned his master's in 2013. Ryan lives in Fairport, New York with his wife and 3 boys and works in sales. On behalf of Alfred University and Saxon Nation, it is my honor to present Ryan Thone, class of 2011, as a Hall of Fame inductee.
Thank you. This is a true honor, and I just want to recognize obviously the 2025 inductees as well. For I think this is such a cool moment for us, and to be forever enshrined in Alfred University, a place I'm sure we all have a special place in our hearts and minds for. But special thank you to the Hall of Fame committee, Deb, President Zupan, Janet Marble for fielding my many calls with I think we roll pretty deep as a Thone family, so we got a few rows. But so thank you for all your help and support there. Coach Rankel, of course, always love your mentorship and coaching. All of that was extremely beneficial, especially now. And a special. Where's Joe? Was Joe Fasano in here? Is he? All right. There's Joe. So little known fact. So 1954 grad, enshrined in 1985. He actually played a very integral part in my recruiting trip to Alfred back in 2007. So, I think the rest is history from there. But I'm truly honored to be up here and stand beside Joe, who's been very close to our family for many, many years. But again, a special shout out to, huge thank you to my entire family. We had a lot of fun those 4 years, and it was a great ride, and I'm so happy to be here and stand up and have you all part of this as well. So thank you very much, and obviously my wife, my 3 boys. So happy to have them here standing beside me. Brady, I know Brady wanted to come up, so we'll get him up here next. All right, dude. But 3 chances to add new Saxons here as well. I'm so happy to be here and share this moment with everyone here. So thank you for coming. And Deb, you were spot on. 18 years ago, which is crazy to think. 18 years ago, I never thought that I was going to be standing up here, but I'm so happy that I am. And obviously, this had nothing to do with me personally. I have a whole team of Saxons over here. I think there's about a dozen of us here today, maybe even more, that were in throughout the day. So, I think all the support, and it truly was a team effort, and I'll never forget that. And I'll never forget the memories that we had and we shared on that field together. But it's crazy to think, but no time really passes when we see each other. It's as if we were just at the local establishments the night before. So, but when I reflect back on my time, it really, one word really comes to mind. And it's just pride. I have a lot of pride for Alfred. I have a lot of pride for my team, my teammates, and I love telling people about Alfred's one stoplight. It's a lot of fun. But this has been one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I'll always remember this day and to be enshrined alongside some of the greatest. I truly appreciate this honor and recognition. But thank you, and it's a great day to be a Saxon.
Sorry, Scott, on the Ithaca comment. From Towanda, PA, this 2-year captain pitched and played first base during her 4 years on our Saxon softball team. During her career, the team won 70% of their games. She was one of 3 seniors on the record-breaking, historic 2015 NCAA Division III softball championship team. Allison Wickwire, class of 2015, was a force in the circle, at first base, and in the batter's box. Allison was instrumental in helping the Saxons go 40-7 overall, 15-1 at Harrington Field, and 13-1 in the Empire 8, just in the 2015 season. The Empire 8 regular season and tournament champions earned the NCAA automatic bid to the NCAA Division III softball regional tournament. Alfred University was selected to host the 4-team regional, and the Saxons took care of business by staying in the winner's bracket. They beat Rowan University 8-0 in 5 innings to advance to the NCAA Super Regionals at Heidelberg University. In the best-of-3 series in the Super Regional, the Saxons prevailed after losing the first game by winning 3-2 and 8-6 in games 2 and 3. That victory punched the ticket to the NCAA Division III softball championship in Salem, Virginia, where Allison would hit a bomb in her last at-bat. In Allison's senior season, she played and started in all but 2 of the 47-game season. She led the Saxons in RBIs with 52, home runs with 16, and walks with 33. The 16 home runs and 33 walks still sit atop our AU record books today. Allison was second on the team in slugging percentage, total bases, sacrifice flies, and games started. Allison led the Saxon pitchers in games started with 19 and strikeouts with 108. She was second on the team in wins with 13 innings pitched with 111 and a third, and 20 appearances. Kind of like Ohtani, now that I think about it, for those of you who are baseball fans. She was ranked in the top 20 nationally in home runs per game, RBIs, sacrifice flies, and slugging percentage. With her stats and the team's success, she earned a bunch of awards in that awesome 2015 season, including NCAA Division III Softball Championship All-Tournament Team. This is being the best of the best. The National Fast Pitch Coaches Association Second Team All-American, NFCA Northeast Regional All-Star, ECAC Division III Upstate All-Star, NCAA Alfred Regional Most Outstanding Player and All-Tournament Team, Empire 8 First Team and All-Tournament Team, ECAC Division III Upstate Player of the Week, and Empire 8 Player of the Week. This is just one season I'm talking about. Allison also set the Empire 8 single-season home run record with 16. That was, unfortunately, record was just recently surpassed, but held for a long time. The 2014 team earned a trip to the NCAA softball regional tournament at the University of Rochester after finishing runner-up in the Empire 8 championship. That team would enter the tournament with a 27-10 record in the double elimination regional tournament. After a couple wins, the team bowed out to the U of R. Allison graduated with 5 individual school records, 2 that still hold today with HRs and walks. She is now second in career walks with 60, second in career home runs with 26, and 5th in career doubles with 39. Throughout her career, Allison was part of 9 AU team records. Besides her senior season honor, Allison also earned Empire 8 first team honors in 2013 and 14. In 2014, she earned ECAC Upstate All-Star First Team, NFCA All-Region First Team, NCAA Rochester Regional Alternate Team, and Empire 8 Alternate Team. Allison graduated in 2015 with her undergraduate degree in biology and psychology. Allison and her partner Miranda live in Iowa, where Allison is a school counselor in the Woodbine Community School District and serves as an assistant high school softball coach and volleyball coach. This year, she added junior high basketball to her coaching credentials. I think she should send some of those talented Iowa student athletes our way. On behalf of Alfred University and Saxon Nation, it is my honor to present Allison Wickwire, class of 2015, as a Hall of Fame inductee.
Thank you. I wanted to congratulate all of you guys too. It's awesome to be up here. The topic of our speech, we were asked to prepare the impact of AU. I wanted to start by saying, I wouldn't have even known about Alfred if it wasn't for my softball coach, Gino. So shout out to him for getting me here and getting me here. Honestly, Alfred's given me my 2 bachelor's degrees. Sorry. Some great people. And this honor. There's also a lot of other stories I could tell, but my parents are in the audience, so I won't tell those. And honestly, just Alfred University is just a fantastic place, and it was awesome to be back on campus this weekend and see all of the major updates that have come since we left. Softball, maybe try to get a turf field like baseball has. But I'm just so thankful for everybody that was able to come support me and for having this honor. So thank you.
Congratulations again to all of our honorees. We are incredibly proud to call you Saxons. AU honorees, at the end of the ceremony, we ask you to please come up to the stage for a group photo. You are also welcomed to keep the posters that you see on the stage. Big win there. I have the pleasure to introduce to you Alfred University's president, Mark Zupan, who will provide closing remarks.
Thank you, Deb. We just commemorated Veterans Day, so would like to take the opportunity to ask all of those who have served our nation and the armed services to stand so that we can thank you. It's personally especially meaningful, all the freedoms we enjoy. I'm the son of immigrants whose parents both grew up in areas occupied by Nazi Germany and then had to deal with the communist regime. We're delighted to induct our latest batch of Athletic Hall of Fame honorees. And what was interesting in the different events around this weekend, the word that kept coming to mind, listening in on the conversations, being part of the conversations, was happiness. And surprisingly, perhaps, but I don't think it should be a surprise, it wasn't happiness from the W's, from the records. The context was the relationships, just whether it was teammates, the family that supported them, navigated the challenges, they helped them navigate the challenges they faced, and how much those relationships meant. The oldest study, ongoing study of what drives happiness has been done by Harvard University since 1938. They initially started with 700 people, either sophomores at that school or disadvantaged youth in the Boston area, and they've been tracking that contingent and their 1,300 descendants since then. And what that study finds is that the secret to happiness isn't the W's, it's not the money or the titles. Happy and unhappy people face the same number of challenges, whether it's illnesses, deaths in the family, adversity, but it's the relationships you build and that see you through those challenges. Class of 90 members, one of their conversations was a classmate, Russell Newman. He and his wife had a child that had to deal with an important disease, and how the team rallied around to help that family and how much that meant to all concerned, both to Russell and his family and to the family of teammates that came around him. So here's to the relationships that Alfred builds. It's been a long-standing part of Alfred University's magic, and maybe Steve sold it very accurately, Steve Allison. It's a small place, rural setting, bubbling brook. There are fewer distractions, and there's a real commitment to mentorship. And the names kept coming up from coaches, and we heard quite a few of them, whether it was Gino or Brian Stryker or Bob Rankel. The roles coaches play in serving as mentors here in the smaller place, but also faculty members like Vicki Eckler, Gary Ostrower, Bob Heineman, Professor Urbana, the mentors that they place. And we want to stay really committed to that. Deb Stewart, when she selects new coaches, like bringing somebody like Garrett on board, are they going to be good mentors and teachers? Beth Ann Doby, who's our provost and COO, personally interviews every single faculty member. It's an enormous time commitment. But we're looking for people who are first and foremost committed to the undergrad teaching experience. If you're more into research for its own sake or graduate teaching, there are other places that are going to be a better fit. So we want to keep that magic going. Lambros, too, shared he missed an opportunity at his homecoming game in 1964. And Slats Gregory mentioned this, too. They were just young and 19. But they actually had the opportunity to be on the field when the class in 1914 was recognized. Football team members, they were too focused on beating Hobart that day, which they did. But that's been a long part of the Alfred University magic. And we want to keep that going. So I'm an economist. The past is important to celebrate, to recognize, to learn from. The relevant margin is the future. So would echo what Deb asked for and what Brian alluded to. The more we can foster a sense of ownership and giving back, that's going to be real important to ensuring that the next generations of Alfred students have the same experiences that our honorees had the opportunity to benefit from here at Alfred University. And it's a challenging time. There were about 1,000 higher ed institutions after World War II. We're now roughly at 4,000. That number is going to shrink for a variety of reasons. Demographic factors, questions about the value of higher ed, the growth of the trades opportunities, and trades are very important. We picked up a baseball team 2 years ago because Medaille College closed. We jump-started the baseball team by a year. Recruited a very good coach, Brian Kehew. Of the 35 students we picked up, 25 were on our baseball team. And they've been nomads. Now they'll be able to play on our field starting this spring. We picked up 9 students from Casanova College, almost 200 years old, and we started an equine business management program. It's now one of the most popular business programs in our College of Business. 7 students from Wells that closed in May. So the bottom line story, our strategies have to be really good, like Saxon Hill, and our execution has to be really good. And most of all, the sense of ownership. The more alums love and care for the institution and want to keep nurturing it, that's been our success, the recipe for our success, and it's going to be the recipe for success going forward. So just encourage you to feel that sense of ownership and act on it in a number of ways. A number of you participated on a panel this morning, so our current students got the opportunity to learn from your lessons acquired the hard way and some the easy way. We have an annual mentorship day. If you'd like to be a part of it, we can set up other opportunities with current students. If you're aware of recruiting opportunities for current students, either internships or jobs, that first step in the door, let us know. And then other ways to pay it forward, Saxon Nation. We have an innovative program that Deb and her team have put together. If you'd like to put your name on a locker and support a particular sport, we can do that for you. There's a similar program if you're into things equestrian to support an individual stall. And then the biggest thing, and this is something we learned from Berea College, which is a younger school than we are, founded right after the Civil War, rural location like Alfred University. They were started half black, half white in a border state. Our endowment just passed $200 million a couple months ago, which is a huge accomplishment. We're very grateful for that support. Berea is at over $2 billion. And the recipe for their success and what they do is financial aid is no deterrent to getting in if you don't have the means. But you got to work all 4 years if you get a scholarship, either in public safety, the dining experience, some way of giving back. You graduate with no debt, work experience, and it promotes social mobility. And what they did is they encouraged their alums and supporters to just remember the school that they got so much out of in their estate plans. So we'd just like to leave you with that additional opportunity to help create for the next generation the experiences you benefited from. So here's to the past, the accomplishments of our honorees today that we recognize today, and also here's to the future, ever brighter for Alfred University. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you all for coming. Again, we'll have the current honorees, but also any other Hall of Fame teams of distinction past. We encourage you to come up as well. We'd love to have a big group photo. Thank you all. Have a great night. Drive home safely. And go Saxons. Thank you.
Tell them to get it all organized.
Yeah, they won, yeah. Game's got all stuff.
Big Mac attack. I'm more Mac attack.
Yo, bitch.
Cheeseburgers! Sam, say cheeseburgers! Yeah, cheeseburgers! Get in there, Albano. You look sexy as fuck. Me? Get a hip thrust going, Albano. Get a hip thrust. Who are we looking at?
I've waited a long time for this moment.
Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia.
That's fine. All right, everybody, here, quick break. All right, ready? Picture, okay?